In early 2020, the world changed overnight. Streets emptied, flights were grounded, and international borders shut tight. The travel industry faced an unprecedented crisis. At its heart was Airbnb, a company built on the promise of global connectivity. As travelers canceled plans, Airbnb watched its bookings evaporate. The company was teetering on the brink of disaster. Yet, in a surprising twist of fate, the company would soon defy the odds. Airbnb had a staggering public debut, reaching a valuation of over $100 billion. How did Airbnb transform a near collapse into one of the most remarkable comebacks? To understand Airbnb's rise, we journey back to its roots in 2008. The brainchild of Brian Chesky, Joe Gebbia, and Nathan Blecharczyk. The company sprang from a simple yet innovative idea, renting out air mattresses in their San Francisco apartment during a design conference. This humble beginning quickly grew into a revolutionary platform, connecting hosts and guests around the world for short-term stays. By the late 2010s, Airbnb had expanded into millions of listings spanning continents, redefining the hospitality industry. From its inception, Airbnb's model was a game changer, allowing individuals to monetize spare spaces and offering travelers unique accommodations. The company tapped into a growing desire for more personalized travel experiences, capitalizing on the sharing economy's rise. According to Airbnb's S-1 filing in November 2020, it had facilitated hundreds of millions of guest arrivals. By 2019, it had generated $4.8 billion in revenue. This rapid growth, however, didn't come without challenges. As Airbnb expanded its footprint, it encountered significant regulatory hurdles. Major cities like New York, Paris, and Barcelona began scrutinizing short-term rental platforms. Local governments imposed regulations requiring host registration and limiting rental days. These regulatory challenges were highlighted in Airbnb's public filings, acknowledging the impact of compliance and local laws on its operations. Despite these obstacles, Airbnb continued to innovate, refining its platform to meet both host and guest demands. Then came 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic swept across the globe, bringing travel to a standstill. According to Airbnb's SEC filings, the company experienced a dramatic revenue drop in the second quarter of 2020, resulting in substantial financial strain. Airbnb reported a net loss of approximately $697 million for 2019. The pandemic only intensified its challenges. To navigate the crisis, Airbnb turned to debt financing, issuing billions to bolster its liquidity. Facing an uncertain future, Airbnb had to make difficult decisions. In May 2020, CEO Brian Chesky announced a reduction of the workforce by approximately 25%, as detailed in a public letter. The company streamlined operations, scaling back non-core initiatives and focusing on its core home-sharing services. Emphasizing adaptability, Airbnb pivoted to accommodate new travel patterns, such as longer stays and domestic travel. Despite the turmoil, Airbnb saw a glimmer of hope and potential for recovery. In a bold move, the company confidentially filed for an IPO in 2020, later releasing its S-1 in November. The filing painted a picture of resilience amid adversity, detailing both the pandemic's risks and signs of recovery in bookings. Investors scrutinized these documents, keen to understand how Airbnb was navigating the crisis and adjusting its cost structures. On December 10, 2020, Airbnb's IPO became a watershed moment. Priced at $68 per share, the stock soared upon opening, closing above $140 by day's end. Historical market data showed this surge propelled Airbnb's market capitalization past $100 billion. Analysts and investors alike marveled at how Airbnb transformed from a startup on the brink to a publicly traded powerhouse. As the world gradually adjusted to new travel norms, Airbnb adapted its business model to align with emerging trends. The company observed an uptick in long-term stays and remote work-driven travel, according to subsequent earnings reports. Airbnb introduced features to support monthly bookings and flexible search options, capturing the shifting demands of modern travelers. Public filings indicated continued revenue growth in the years following the IPO, showcasing the resilience of its platform. In 2022, Airbnb achieved a significant milestone, reporting its first full year of net income. This achievement marked a turning point after years of financial losses and the upheavals of 2020. On earnings calls, Airbnb emphasized a commitment to disciplined spending and operational efficiency. Even as Airbnb faced challenges, its impact on global travel was undeniable. By enabling peer-to-peer hosting at scale, it offered a flexible alternative to traditional accommodations. Airbnb reshaped how people perceive travel. This journey from startup to crisis to public company is now studied in business schools as a case of platform resilience. It is a testament to the power of innovation and adaptability in the face of adversity. As Airbnb navigated the challenges of the pandemic and its aftermath, the company's leadership played a crucial role in steering its course. Brian Chesky, the charismatic co-founder and CEO, became the face of the company's resilience. Known for his open communication style, Chesky frequently addressed both employees and the public. He shared strategies and responded to concerns. His leadership was pivotal during the layoffs, a period he described as one of the most difficult in the company's history. Chesky's vision for Airbnb centered around adaptability and innovation. This echoed the foundational principles that had propelled the company from 3 air mattresses to a global phenomenon. During the pandemic, Airbnb's community of hosts and guests also played a significant role in its survival and eventual resurgence. Hosts, who range from individuals renting out spare rooms to small property managers, demonstrated remarkable flexibility. Many adapted their offerings to meet changing traveler needs, emphasizing cleanliness and safety in their listings. Guests, meanwhile, shifted their travel habits, opting for local and regional trips over international travel. This shift was reflected in Airbnb's booking data, which showed a marked increase in domestic travel and rural destinations. Airbnb capitalized on these trends by rolling out new features and initiatives. The company introduced enhanced cleaning protocols, partnering with experts to develop comprehensive guidelines for hosts. It also launched a frontline stays program, offering free or subsidized stays for healthcare workers and first responders. This initiative not only provided much-needed support during a critical time, but also reinforced Airbnb's community-driven ethos. Despite the success of these initiatives, Airbnb continued to face scrutiny from regulators and critics. The company's rapid growth had long been a point of contention in many cities. Short-term rentals were blamed for exacerbating housing shortages and driving up rents. To address these concerns, Airbnb worked on strengthening its relationships with local governments. They advocated for fair regulations that balance community needs with the rights of hosts. This included implementing measures to limit illegal listings and working with cities to collect occupancy taxes. Technology remained at the heart of Airbnb's strategy as it navigated these challenges. The platform invested heavily in improving its digital infrastructure, enhancing user experience for both hosts and guests. Artificial intelligence and machine learning played crucial roles in personalizing search results, optimizing pricing strategies, and detecting fraudulent behavior. These technological advancements helped Airbnb maintain its competitive edge in an increasingly crowded market. As the world gradually emerged from the pandemic, Airbnb found itself in a unique position to capitalize on the evolving landscape of work and travel. The rise of remote work and digital nomadism opened new opportunities for the company. According to market research, more people began seeking long-term stays in locations that offered both leisure and work-friendly environments. Airbnb responded by expanding its offerings for monthly rentals and introducing features like flexible search options that catered to these new travel patterns. In parallel, Airbnb continued to diversify its business model. In 2021, the company announced the launch of Airbnb Experiences, an initiative designed to offer guests unique activities hosted by locals. This move aimed to deepen the travel experience beyond accommodation, tapping into the growing demand for experiential travel. From cooking classes in Rome to guided hikes in California, Airbnb Experiences provided travelers with authentic, local interactions that traditional tourism often lacked. Moreover, Airbnb's commitment to sustainability began to take center stage. The company recognized its responsibility to contribute positively to the communities it operated in and the environment. Initiatives were introduced to promote sustainable travel practices, such as encouraging eco-friendly accommodations and reducing the carbon footprint of stays. Airbnb also pledged to support hosts in making their properties more sustainable through resource sharing and educational programs. As Airbnb looked to the future, it remained focused on its core mission, creating a world where anyone can belong anywhere. This vision was not just about travel, but about fostering connections and cultural exchange. The company's efforts to adapt and innovate in the face of adversity underscored its resilience and commitment to its community of hosts and guests. Yet, challenges persisted. The competitive landscape continued to evolve, with new entrants in the short-term rental market and established hotel chains enhancing their digital offerings. Airbnb's ability to stay ahead depended on its continued investment in technology, community relations, and regulatory compliance. The company's journey was far from over, as it sought to navigate these complexities while maintaining its unique identity and values. The story of Airbnb's transformation is one of resilience, adaptability, and strategic foresight. It highlights the dynamic interplay between technology, community, and market forces in shaping modern business landscapes. As Airbnb looks ahead, it remains poised to redefine travel and hospitality, drawing on the lessons of its past to forge a path into the future. As Airbnb continued to evolve, its influence extended beyond the confines of the travel industry. The company began exploring partnerships with local governments and organizations to address broader social issues, such as affordable housing and community revitalization. In cities where short-term rentals had previously been contentious, Airbnb collaborated on projects to convert vacant properties into affordable housing units, demonstrating a commitment to being part of the solution. International expansion remained a key focus, with Airbnb seeking to strengthen its presence in emerging markets across Asia, Africa, and Latin America. These regions offered untapped potential, with a growing middle class eager to explore both domestic and international travel. By tailoring its platform to meet the unique needs of these diverse markets, Airbnb aimed to capture a new generation of travelers. The company's financial performance continued to reflect its strategic successes. In its latest earnings report, Airbnb announced record revenues, driven by a surge in bookings and an increase in average nightly rates. Analysts noted the company's robust recovery as a testament to its adaptability and strategic foresight. Moreover, Airbnb's cultural impact was undeniable. It played a pivotal role in democratizing travel, making it more accessible and personalized. The platform empowered individuals to share their homes and cultures, fostering a global community bound by shared experiences and mutual understanding. As Airbnb looks to the future, it remains committed to its mission and values, continually adapting to the ever-changing landscape of global travel and technology.